there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Cutfile Confidence, which is a class that MK and I are teaching over, we're teaching it here on Facebook for the month of August, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays using different cut files that we have designed ourselves. In the class, you could purchase that over on her website, some assemblage required. So the link will be down below for that. The classes continue into September and October, where we will be meeting through private Zoom sessions and talking more about cut files, how to use them, and all of the fun things that you can learn about them. So today we are using the iColor Outside the Lines cut file that MK designed, and we are doing some dimensional stacked elements here, or at least I am. I started out with several different pieces of paper here that are rainbow in nature. They may not have a specific rainbow on it, but like the little tiny hearts on this paper are rainbow. That's the side I'll be using, not the big rainbow side, because this is for my rainbow kid that she's obsessed with rainbows, and she's the middle one of the three that I take care of. And this is her leprechaun traps. If you watched on Monday, I did the leprechaun traps that her sister made. This is the one that she made. And there are 3 photos. They are going to be done using a flip flap. So you only see one photo on the top, and then you have to flip it up and you can see the other photos. And my husband helped her with this one while we were there taking care of them one evening while their parents were out. And I decided to do some mixed media on this one. To just give it lots of texture. I did not pop everything up onto foam, but I did pop the word color and the crayons and the word lines. The other ones are just too narrow for foam. I wouldn't even attempt it myself, and I don't recommend that you do either, but the other ones you definitely could. I suppose you could do the letter I if you backed it with some kind of paper, but I didn't back mine. I am going to be spraying them. I am using some Dina Wakley media gloss. I am using lemon, which is the yellow, and then I'll be using green, which is actually called evergreen. It looks nothing like an evergreen in my opinion, but that is the name of the color, and this blue color is called lapis. And so I'm just doing some mixed media so that where the papers overlap each other, it looks like there's mixed media dripping out, and I thought that's perfect for the coloring outside the lines cut file. This is the kid that does not usually color outside the lines, but she was very creative in creating her leprechaun trap. She had a lot of different ideas, thinking outside the box, and literally. And so I wanted to just make a note of that, and and how creative and thoughtful she was about putting it together for a 6-year-old to come up with some of the ideas that she came up with. I was very impressed, and she had a great time doing it. So yeah, lots of fun ideas in that one. So I am going to spray these. I'm using a separate sprayer, a spray nozzle that is off of a different Ranger product, and I'm just using it to spray, and then I put it back in some clear water and spray it to keep it clear, because the media gloss tends to clog pretty easily, and I'm pretty sure, well, I know she's gone to droppers in them, so I think it's kind of like a known issue, but that's how I mitigate the risk of them not spraying or causing a big old mess, is I just use a different spray nozzle, set it on the top, spray it, then I again clear it with some water. I am popping like the word color up onto foam. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just removing the tape backer on those, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick that down as soon as I get it all of the foam unveiled. I didn't make you sit through watching me put foam on it, and I didn't make you sit through watching me put foam on the back of the word lines, because I felt like that was kind of a boring process, and my video is already long enough without you having to sit through that. I thought the other parts were more important without going through them too quickly. So just recognize these already have foam tape on the back of them, and I just cut some sheets of foam tape really thin, and this one is a double-sided that I was gifted by somebody. I don't even know where I got it from. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. I'll be using some liquid glue to put the word outside. I was like, what does that say? Oh, said. Yeah, they're not in order. The letters are not in order on my screen. The word is outside. And I'm gluing those down just with some liquid glue from Nuvo Deluxe Adhesive, which is my favorite. And it's going to work well with the mixed media being underneath because, again, that yellow is the acrylic spray. These were all acrylic sprays. And so I am going to do something a little different with the, and I'm going to use a Sharpie just to color those black. And then I'm going to back them with some paper that I use the sprays on. The green and the blue have kind of mixed together on my title, which is great. Some of it looks more blue, some looks more green. I'm totally okay with that. And then I'm going to have the crayons be more vivid blue and more vivid green, with the back one being yellow, but I'm still going to back it with the paper because it will pop a little bit more. And I'm also going to give those dimension by adding a little bit of foam tape behind those. You could alternatively just use some black distress oxide ink or distress ink or any kind of black ink for that matter to color these crayons up. I could have also done some black spray. Any of those things would work. Some black acrylic paint. But I just used Sharpie because it was handy and it's really easy on the cleanup, especially on the glass mat. And then I'm just putting a little bit of the green and blue back onto this scrap paper so that I can do the little labels that go on the crayons. I want them to be slightly lighter in color, so not so saturated, so that you can see them. So that's what I was doing there, just picking up a little bit of the Catherine Pooler ink. I believe that's London Blue. Grass Skirt is the green one. And I'm going to use those to just pick up some of the ink to make it a little lighter in color for those labels, like I said. And that's just going to give it a little more character and a little more dimension. So I'm liking how that's looking. And then while I do that, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about Cutfile Confidence. There are 25 exclusive cut files that were designed by MK and myself. There's also some exclusive papers that we designed, as well as I think 3 non-exclusive papers. They're from another company, as well as some frames. Those all come in the kit. I don't know that there's any digital kits left, which would be the digital cut files, but you still get sent everything else. I think everything is all physical that is left, but you can go check our website. Like I said, I'll put a link down below so that you can go and check that out. In case you're interested in joining in, you have not missed any of the class that is done in private as of yet, and they are all recorded in case you miss anything down the road. And the cut files that we have used to date are all available on our YouTube channels, so you can go and check those out as well. There is a playlist link for that. And now that I've got my cut file all backed, I am just going to go ahead and start getting my papers put down. I went ahead and put some adhesive right at the bottom of this paper, and then I'm going to tuck in this rainbow paper so that the yellow shows as much as possible. That way I didn't have to like measure and figure out exactly where it's going to be. But I knew I was going to have a semi-straight line on that bottom paper, so going straight across there worked. This blue mixed media, I kind of missed a little bit down in that bottom left-hand corner. I will be adding a little bit there just to make sure that it pops out a little bit more and gives a little bit more color to it. Just I'm liking how it's all coming together so far. And I am using a 4x6 sheet of paper here to back my photos. One of them I went ahead and inked up both sides with this cut grass. I think it's called cut grass. No, it's called Grass Skirt. The ink is called Grass Skirt from Catherine Pooler. So I went ahead and inked up both sides for the piece that's going to be inside the flip flap, because there's going to be a photo on the back and the front. And then I did a separate piece to do the photo that is actually adhered to the page, which is this photo of my husband and the little girl that I take care of. And then I decided it needed something up top, so I'm going to bring this diagonal rainbow strip across the top as well, just to give it a little bit more dimension up top and a little bit more for your eye to look at and give it a bit of a border. I will be inking all the way around the edges with more of that grass skirt green, because I felt like it needed a little something, and I'm really liking the green since it was leprechaun traps that they were making. I thought the green was the best color to bring out in the photos, and so that's why I chose that to back my photos with. And then like I said, I'm going to be using a little bit more green all the way around the outside to kind of give it a little bit of a framework. I'm just trying to get my photos straight here, and then when you do a flip-flop, mine's going to end up flipping up, so one of the photos has to look like it's upside down, but it's not upside down when you flip it upside down. It's the right side up. I also do have some little flare pieces here that I ran through my die cut machine to flatten out. I did have to remove the pin portion of them, and those are just from the Target in their seasonal section. And then I have some really old I think these are lawn fawn, not lawn fawn, freckled fawn, yeah, puffy alphas that I am using making the word sometimes. So it'll say sometimes I color outside the lines instead of I color outside the lines. I'm adding a rainbow. I thought that was perfect since it's St. Patrick's Day. Rainbows go with that, so I'm going to do that. And that is a rub-on from 49 and Market. They had some seasonal rub-ons at one point. I don't know if they still have those available, but this set happens to be the spring one. And then there is a piece there that has some wording on it, so I'm adding a little bit of words and this little rainbowy looking tabs to bring the rainbow down to the photos. So I'm just making a cluster here at the bottom of the photos. I thought I was going to make it to the side there, but I'm going to move that and make it at the bottom and give myself a little place to do a little bit of journaling about what we were doing or what she's doing in the photos, and also about her being trying some new things basically, and not worrying about things being perfect, because she tends to be my one that likes everything just so. So I did rough up this label just to give it a little extra texture, and I'm tucking that in underneath the bottom photo. Which is adhered to the page, not the bottom of the photo. And so that is going to be stuck to the page, and then when you flip it up, it'll just remain where it's at. I'm not doing any extra embellishments on the photo that is on the back side of the flip flap. Everything's going to be on the front, so you can see everything right off the bat, and then you can flip it up and it looks fine. And I'm liking how it's all coming together so far. I think she's gonna like it because this is like totally her with all of the rainbows. And I thought it needed a little blue down here, so I'm tucking this little blue bit down. It's just a leftover piece of the paper that was sprayed, and roughing up all the edges as I go, and pretty much calling it done after that. I don't think I add a whole lot more. But the still photos are coming up here in just a moment, so if you stay tuned for that, you can check that out. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I wanted to say thank you so much for watching my channel today. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would really love for you to spend some time with me as I create more layouts. Again, I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday with more cut files being used. Thank you for taking the time to spend on my channel today. And don't forget to go and check out MK's channel. I, again, have links down below for you in case you're interested in the class or products. And you can always leave me a comment or question in the comments section, and I do read them all, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.